All right, today we're talking about beard scents and how fickle they can be and how fickle you can be as a consumer sometimes. So stay tuned, we'll be back. All right, Brian Haywood here, back with another beard series video, and today we're talking all about the different beard scents you can get in your oils and balms primarily. It's kind of interesting, my journey here over the past few months, I guess 8 months now, something like that. I've been growing a beard, and I've never been one that was big into cologne. I don't think I've worn cologne in 20 years, since before I got married. Every once in a while I put on like a pre-electric kind of shave or an aftershave, just if my skin was burning, but that's basically it. And then you started going down the rabbit hole of trying all these different beard scents, and it's fun and expensive, and kind of learned a lot along the way. So let's talk about a few of those things. The first thing I wanted to talk about is how fickle we can be sometimes. Sometimes you get a scent that's too strong. It'll just kind of knock you down when you first smell it. And then sometimes you get some that aren't very strong at all. To go along with that, sometimes you get some that will last all day long. They'll last you 8 hours. Sometimes you can even smell it the next day. There's a couple by Chesapeake, both the Cubano and the Belfast. They're not overly strong, but they last forever. You kind of get top notes, and then you get kind of the carrying effect. And the next morning when I take a shower, get in there with the hot water, it kind of reinvigorates it, and I can smell it again. So some last forever, and then some other fragrances, even by the same company, sometimes they don't last quite as long. All right, so sometimes you kind of play around with that, and what you think you like, you may not end up liking by the end of the day, because it's either worn out, sometimes it's after 30 minutes you can't smell it anymore, or you get tired of smelling that fragrance. Just because it smells good when you first open the bottle and smell it doesn't mean that it's going to still smell good to you after kind of putting up with it for 8 hours, if you will. So it's kind of interesting. We can be fickle creatures a lot of times. Also, it's interesting trying to figure out what to purchase online by trying to reading someone's description of it. It smells like summer morning on the ocean, walking barefoot at high tide. Well, what does that smell like? Or you're on a mountain in the Alps after it's rained. That's what the descriptions are sometimes very interesting on trying to figure that out. And then also you'll think you know what it's supposed to be. Okay, this is a woodsy type of scent, but each one's a little bit different. So you do need to play around and try to experiment, which can cost money. Talk to the people at the companies. They can work out deals for you. Sometimes there's a lot of companies have sample packs you can try. And sample packs can be tricky too, because you'll try it for a couple of days and you think you like it, and then you order a big bottle of it and then you don't like it as much. Or you don't think you like it and then you don't order it, and then 3 weeks later you're kind of finding yourself craving a certain scent that you had tried previously. So all kinds of interesting things. One more is that sometimes your oil and your balms smell different. Okay, the reason a lot of times is because the balms have the added wax, and depends on how much is in there. There's one company in particular, I'll not name it, but I really like the oils. But the wax, the balms, I don't like any of the balms. They all have a scent to it that I just don't care for at all. So I've gotten some balms. I usually don't use those balms. So what do you do with all of that? All of these scents that you end up acquiring? Some you like, some you don't like, some are too strong, some aren't strong enough. Well, that's going to be my next video, and we're going to go a little bit off the wall here and start talking about you can actually mix some of them oils and balms to get some different profiles. So I'm going to try to tell you, in my experience, which kind of scent profiles will mix well together. So thanks for watching my video here, talking about some of the different scents that you can get, and some of my experiences with them. And the next video will kind of go more detail about specific scent profiles and what's common and what might mix well together. So stay tuned for that. Thanks.